Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Birmingham City at ELLAND Road. Happy New Year to everybody in the chat. Already, Karen has put a super chat in, so thank you very, very much for that, Karen. Karen saying, let us start the new year with a win and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Karen. Happy New Year to everybody joining. Hopefully, it's a year where Leeds can go on a big old run and push for that promotion spot. New year, new attitude. Let's be positive. Let's hope that Leeds are actually going to smash Birmingham today and then move on to the next and blitz the league. Come on, Leeds. Welcome Ben, welcome John, welcome Paul. Obviously, I've already said welcome Karen, welcome everybody who's joining. If you find that you can't put anything down in the chat below, that is because you haven't hit that big red button down below. And if you do so, you'll be able to chat with our lovely, lovely people. We will talk about the lineup in a minute, John, because obviously there has been some changes, hasn't there? And so it'll be interesting to see how it plays today because, of course, there's been a big change from what happened in the week. First thing, before we get into that, make sure you check out the link in the description. 10% off classic football shirts if you use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout. There's loads of Leeds shirts on there from back in the day, so plenty to look at there, even if you just click on it and have a little look. That would really help me out. Happy New Year, John, Buck. Happy New Year, everybody who's joining. Brad Music chat saying, I like the lineup. It'd be nice to see us with an actual 9 and Bamford getting quality around him. So, having said that, let's go on to the lineup. Klaassen in goal. Darlow's hurt his thumb. Gray, Rodon, Cooper, Byram, Strauch obviously still injured with that adductor. Ampadu and Kamara in the midfield. I will get that back up. Ampadu and Kamara in the midfield. Obviously, Gruev then drops out again. Gruev, who I thought was really, really good in that game midweek. And then James, Jorginho, Somerville and Bamford. This is going to be a chance to see what Jorginho is like solely in the number 10 role with Bamford in front of him. So hopefully Bamford stays on side tonight and makes some good runs in behind today. Because I do feel like there's a chance for Bamford to maybe get his goal tonight and get himself a bit of confidence. I know people don't like Bamford, but you've got to back him. You've got to hope that if he's playing in the game, he's going to go and get a goal. So hopefully that's what happens today. John Bucks too saying hopefully Ruter in number 10 breaking up the midfield. Yeah, hopefully he gets the ball. He's able to turn and run straight at the Birmingham City defence, and hopefully we can get a few goals today. I'm really hoping for something positive. But if we get a pen who takes, probably Bamford will try and take it. Didn't think about that, but thanks, Ben. I have to try to be positive. Mark Barlow saying, afternoon all, Happy New Year. Let's hope a 9, starting a 9, can grab a goal, even if it's pat offside Bamford, yeah, which is what we've just mentioned. But Happy New Year, Mark. Happy New Year, S.E.L. as well. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Yeah, Ben just apologising because we were trying to be positive. I didn't even think about penalties, but let's hope it's like Somerville or somebody who steps up and takes it if there's a penalty, because it should be, because Bamford should learn from last time just not to take penalties. But yeah, afternoon, everybody who's joining. Welcome to the stream. Hoping for a big result today. And yeah, like I said, the lineup is there for anybody who missed it and has joined since. Gray and Kamara have been rested. Gray's playing right back. Yeah, get the like total up, guys. There's 70 people in here. Let's smash that like button. Gray is on the pitch. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, John. I got the wrong end of the stick there. You're saying that they've been rested and now they're back in again. Yeah, you're right. I just did put the team up. I'll put it up again though if you want. But yeah, it's one of those games where either we just completely run through them or we're gonna have a really tough time of it. Hopefully, we just completely run through them and destroy Wayne Rooney's Birmingham City. But we never make it easy for ourselves, do we? The other thing I want to mention, I know that. Well, I'll have to mention this again before we actually get into the game, but make sure you don't say anything in the chat if a goal goes in at either end in this game, because I won't have. If I haven't reacted to it, I haven't seen it, so don't spoil it for me, basically. It's just a bit of public service announcement. Matt Barlow saying probably won't happen, but I'd like Bamford to understand his place in the squad and leave pens to Crescencio Somerville if we get one. Yeah, I would as well, and I think maybe if Bamford's already got himself a goal and then we get a penalty, he probably doesn't take it. But if we haven't scored, or he hasn't scored, then he's probably want to take it because he wants to get himself off the mark. But sometimes you've got to be selfless and do what's best for the good of the team, and that's probably to let somebody else. Well, it's definitely to let somebody else take it in terms of penalties. Just seeing some pictures from Elland Road now. It's only 4 minutes to go till kick off. The away end looks very empty at the moment. Let's just turn the commentary volume down a little bit so I can concentrate on what I'm saying. Matt Barlow saying Brum apparently playing a high line should leave plenty of space for us to run into. I hope that's the case. I really do, because if it is, then there's obviously always a good chance that we can break in behind them. And having Dan James on the pitch is always positive if you've got those sorts of situations. CB saying afternoon all, Happy New Year to everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year to you, mate. Oh yes, Calvin is here, Mark. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Somebody had put a picture of him getting out of a Rolls Royce and coming to watch the game. So good to see that he's still taking an interest in Leeds, and hopefully we have a good result for him today. Well, not just for him, but you know what I mean, for everyone. I was really positive, and now I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Now we're getting closer to kick off, but I'm just hoping that Leeds can smash Birmingham City today. About 3 minutes to kick off then at Elland Road. Yeah, I love Calvin Phillips. I'd love him to come back here one day. I mean, imagine if we got him on loan this season in January. I mean, it's January now, actually. Speaking of which, there's a video coming out on... There's a Dream Teams this week where I pick my team. That's coming out on Wednesday, so 2 days' time, so look out for that. And then on Thursday, there's also a scout report on a player that I think could possibly be a very good number 10 for Leeds. So, yeah, look out for that on the channel. John Garside saying 8 Mile hat trick. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it if Patrick Bamford can get a hat trick today. Patrick Bamford. I mean, that is just his name, but I tried to put it into hat trick, but it didn't really work. So ignore that. Pretend that never happened. Hi Jeff, welcome. Happy New Year. 2-1 today. Yes, good point actually. Get your score predictions down in the chat below, and we'll talk about them. I'm going for 2-0 to Leeds today. No, 3-0. I'm going for 3-0 Leeds. Jeff's going for 2-1. Everybody else, get your score predictions down in the chat below, and we'll talk about them then. Obviously, with this, what do I know, Van der Heuvel? What do you mean specifically? Do you mean like, is he injured? Why wouldn't he be in? Or just in general, like, how good is he? Vanilla Coffee saying, I can't believe Bamford is in the team. Ridiculous. Well, to be honest, do you know what I'm thinking? Karen saying 2-0 to Leeds. John saying 4-1. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that at least we can't really complain too much at Farke for this lineup with Bamford in it and stuff, because we have been calling for him to change something, for him to do something different. I'll put the lineup on the screen while I'm talking. We have been calling for him to do something different, for him to change things, and he's gone for something completely different today. So I'm all for it, because it means that he's actually trying something different. So let's hope that it comes up with a result. Samuel Jess, hi everyone, happy new year to you too, mate. CB saying 3-0. I put the team news on a minute ago. With Bamford up front, I predicted 1-1, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. I think he has a good game today. Players are heading out onto the pitch, by the way, just to line up for the shaking of the hands just before kick-off. Robin Capstick saying I was at Preston game, very disappointed, hoping for a better result today. Yeah, it's been a couple of bad results and a couple of bad performances, hasn't it, really? So today I'm hoping that it's the start of turning things around. John Ruddy in goal for them, which I forgot about. AD Hallett saying a good luck Bamford, rooting for him today. I asked many times for rotation as players cannot perform after sitting on the bench after a few matches. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely agree. Can't fault Farker for rotating. Got to use the squad again, even Bamford. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, like, we have seen good stuff from Bamford before, and he's not that old. I think he just needs to get his confidence back, and maybe today he can, if he can do well. I mean, to be honest, nobody's bothered if he goes and scores a goal, are they? Like, if he plays well and he scores a goal, no one's particularly bothered that he starts. So do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully he just does that, has a good game and scores a goal. Peter Horsley saying Leeds 3-0, Pat to score, top 3 to lose. That's my bet for today. I hope so. And us to gain 3 points back on them. Can't see it with Leicester and Ipswich, though. They just seem to keep on winning, don't they? Well, actually, Ipswich have not won in a while, but Leicester keep on winning. Bamford is rubbish, not the changes I wanted. You've got to back him for today, though. I feel like if he's in the starting lineup and you're supporting the team, you've got to back him, because I just think that he's got a point to prove. Let's just see what he can do. Looks like Tyler Roberts is on the bench for them, and Cody Drama can't play because he's on loan, isn't he? 5-0 Bamford to score. Well, that is positive, Diggler, and I hope you're right. Patrick Mathers, Marshall Bamford. Hoping for a big performance today. We've still got a lot of the big hitters on the pitch as well. Bielsa loved Bamford, good enough for me. Yeah, Dan Solval going for a big 3-0, looking good. Yeah, come on, Leeds. Let's kick off this new year in the right way. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that you're able to chat down below, because it's in subscriber only mode. That's how I get you. That's how I trap you. But yeah, hoping to hit 10k this year. We ended the year on 7,300 and something, 83 or something like that. I'm hoping to hit 10k this year, which would be a big milestone for me. We are about to kick off, though. And we have kicked off here at Elland Road. Let me just turn up the volume in my headphones slightly. There we go. Long ball forward from Birmingham, and it's cleared away by Liam Cooper. Happy birthday. Happy New Year, Liam B. Dale Steele asking why no Darlow. Darlow has dislocated his thumb, and that's why Klaassen comes in. Somebody was asking me about Van Heuvel before. I forgot about that. I think he supposedly is a good young keeper, not ready for the first team yet. He was in a car crash a while ago, and that set him back a little bit. But I think he's all back in training and back playing again now. But I think he's not ready for the first team yet. I think Klaassen's a bit ahead of him in that aspect. Here is John Ruddy with the ball in the Birmingham City goal as he sends it up to the halfway line. Headed back by Sam Byram. Flicked on again by Birmingham. And then Ampadu wins the header in midfield. Now Jorginho battling for it, but held on to by the Birmingham player there. Birmingham come away with the ball. Ball down to the left-hand side. Archie Gray is up against the winger here, who looks to cut inside, looks to go past, and Dan James does a really good job of helping Archie Gray out. Really good defending by Dan James there. And now Leeds can break over the halfway line. Dan James on the sprint. Dan James going right down to the touchline. Get the ball into the box to Bamford. Bamford drops it off to Archie Gray. Archie Gray can't quite get there before the Birmingham defender, and a good tackle by Cooper there. But Birmingham come away with the ball, and then Kamara picks it up. Now Kamara inside to Byram. Inside to Ampadu, just by the centre circle. Byram with a good ball. Ampadu with a good ball to Byram. Didn't quite make it to him, though. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. What an electric start that was to the game. Dan James just runs the whole way down the right wing. Gets the ball into the box to Bamford. Bamford tried to drop it off for Archie Gray, and Archie Gray couldn't quite get there in time. Just not enough on the pass from Bamford, but a very, very good start. Joe Rodon, out wide to Dan James. Dan James tries to play it down the line to Archie Gray, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Joe Rodon. Into Glenn Kamara. Then drops it off to Liam Cooper. I think, by the way, I'm sure I saw a stat that said this was our first home New Year's Day fixture since we were ever created in 1919. Dembele, Siriki Dembele down the left-hand side. Looks for an option. Comes back into the midfield. Now Roden intercepts the pass, and now Somerville can break forward with it. Birmingham have got a few players back, but Somerville is still on the run here. Still on the run, going down the outside. Now Bamford into the box. Bamford tries to shoot. Sanderson gets in with a good block. Bamford is going to be able to keep that in play, though, and play it back to Byram. Now Byram inside to Kamara. Kamara tackled there, and it's Birmingham City who come away with it towards the halfway line. Nips the ball past Liam Cooper there, and now it's still going down the right-hand side, the Birmingham player. Cuts the ball into the box, away by Joe Roden, but only back to the winger who'd crossed it in. Stansfield it was who's adjudged to have fouled there, and Leeds win a free kick just by their box. But dangerous signs there for Birmingham that they can hit us on the break if we're not careful. Liam Cooper came flying out there. Yeah, nice to see that we've got other fans supporting us as well. Villa fan saying up the Leeds because he hates Birmingham. So Somerville out wide to Byram. Byram on the halfway line looking for a pass. Comes back inside to Somerville. Somerville turns and then drops the ball off to Joe Roden. Joe Roden into Kamara. Back to Roden again. Back to Kamara. Kamara can turn. Plays the ball out wide to Byram. Byram into Somerville. Good little bit of play. Now back to Byram again. Now inside to Jorginho, but intercepted. Now Stansfield tries to play the ball down the line, but Cooper's blocked it. It's going to be a throw in there to Birmingham City, just inside their half. 8 Bilali saying, I'm hoping Jorginho plays a little bit deeper and runs at them. That should create space for Cree and Dan James, and also for Bamford as well. Bamford, who's just fouled Sanderson, and that's going to be a free kick to Birmingham City just outside their box. Yeah, I'm hoping that that's the role that Jorginho can play today in that number 10, turning and running at the defenders, opening up that space for everybody else to make runs into. And Bamford can make that decoy run across his path, which I've talked about in my counter-attacking tactics video that's on the channel. John Ruddy then takes this goal kick long. Headed away by Cooper up to Jorginho, who turns well. Jorginho now still on the ball. Jorginho just holds on to it for too long, and Sanderson gets there. But now Kamara, good feet from Kamara, gets the ball to Bamford. Bamford back to Kamara. Kamara's got Somerville outside him. The pass to Somerville wasn't good enough, and it's been intercepted by Birmingham City. Now they can come out with the ball. Nice little turn, but it's going to be a foul there by Ampadu. He just got a little bit of a touch on Bakuna, I think it was. Klaassen is better than Darlow. I don't know about that one. Sanderson now. Out to the right-hand side. Ball down the line towards Bakuna, but a good tackle by Ampadu there. It's going to be a throw into the full-back. Longello then takes it. Back with Sanderson. Ruddy with a little clipped ball up to the halfway line. Headed on by Birmingham City. Now Sanderson. Sorry, not Sanderson. Stansfield. And tackled there by Roden. The ball goes out for a throw-in just by the halfway line. Rather have seen Mateo up soft. He has the pace to get in front of defenders, and our goal grabber Bamford isn't likely to do that. I haven't seen enough of Mateo Joseph in a first team capacity to trust him really in that role for me. But obviously everyone has their own opinion. But for me, I just haven't, like, maybe we need to see more of him for us to get that trust. But I just don't know if in important moments he's the one to go to. Longello's got a lot of space down here, down the left-hand side. Comes into the box, and then his shot is blocked by Archie Gray, and it's going to come back to Bakuna. Jorginho nearly intercepts his pass, but Birmingham City keep the ball here. Can do without the Brum commentary. Ball down the line, and it's going to go to nobody there from Birmingham City. It's going to go all the way out for a Klaassen goal kick. Your favourite Leeds player is Bamford. What, even after he scored that hat-trick against you? It's just weird seeing Wayne Rooney as a manager, isn't it? Glenn Kamara turns and gives the ball to Somerville. Now Byram. Do you know what I'm happy with? Even though the last couple of games have been a bit of a disappointment and not played very well and not got any results. Oh, nice ball from Dan James out to Archie Gray. Archie Gray tries to keep it in. Still gets the ball though, Archie Gray. And now Jorginho. You should have left that Somerville, but Somerville can carry on with it. Somerville out wide to Byram. Byram tries to cross the ball into the box and he's offside. Yeah, what I was going to say is that I'll come to the bench in a second, John. From the last couple of games, the positive that I take is that Gruev is an option now. So if Kamara is needing a rest towards the end of a game or whatever, I'm happy for Gruev to come on now because I thought he was really good and that he was a good option to have, and then if we need him, I'm not upset with him coming on. The bench. Okay, so the bench is Van der Heuvel, Spence, Firpo, Gruev, Poveda, Anthony, Nonto, Piru, and Joseph. So it's a very strong bench. They're the subs. Now Jorginho. Ball out wide to Byram. Byram on the run down the left. He's got Somerville overlapping him. Somerville gets it, comes inside. Somerville pokes it to Jorginho on the edge of the box. Jorginho shoots. It bounces off a couple of players and eventually Birmingham City are able to get it away. A little flick on from Stansfield and now Roden comes away with it and now Cooper. Cooper to Kamara. Kamara back to Cooper and then to Roden. He's got Jorginho ahead of him and gives it to him. Jorginho now. A lot of players ahead of him there, but he's going to shoot from distance. Drags it wide in the end. Poor decision to shoot there, I think. Empanada Cat. There's a few that have been linked to Elias Chair and some players that we've been linked with in the past. We need a left back and we need a number 10, ideally. John Ruddy then is going to take this goal kick after Jorginho dragged his shot wide. Ruddy with this goal kick up to the halfway line. Headed on by Birmingham, but then taken back down by Byram. Now Byram into Somerville. I think Byram's been awarded a free kick there. Are we going to keep Nonto in our opinion? I don't know. Because even then, I just don't think he's that effective. Alluvial fan, I'll put the lineup on the screen for you, mate. There you go. Ruddy must be 50 years old. He seems to have been playing years. I think Nonto might leave because he's not getting a game, and even when he does, I don't think he's that good for it. So it's worth us taking the money. Now Jorginho, out on the right-hand side, goes past his player but loses the ball, but it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. How is that a Birmingham throw? Didn't touch any of our players. Oh, nice. Now Bamford with the ball in the box. Bamford shoots. Tame shot towards the goalkeeper, but at least it's a shot on target. Now Birmingham with the ball in the right back position, just coming towards the halfway line, looking for an options, but Leeds are organised in front of them and there's not really anywhere to get through. Dembele tries to go past Dan James and he's fouled by Dan James there. Yeah, he has been good for us in the past, but I think this season I've just not seen enough from him. I think I would be taking the money. Bakuna stands over this free kick then, about halfway inside the Leeds half. You're right, Robin. Little lofted ball towards the back post, but Liam Cooper is the one who knocks that behind. It's going to be a corner kick to Birmingham City here. Yeah, that's true. If we could send Nonto to Spurs and swap him for Rodon. Corner kick about to come in then. Bakuna to take. Comes towards this penalty spot. Headed away by Ampadu. Goes as far as Dembele. Then down the line. Sunjic makes the run, but Rodon gets there ahead of him and does really well, Joe Rodon. Now the ball into Dan James, and then Dan James loses it to Sunjic, and he tries to get it into the box away by Cooper. Agreed, Karen. Yeah, I think you would just get the money, wouldn't you, and just try and spend it on something else to get promoted. Oh my God, is this Claessen's full debut? Oh God, Byram's injured. Byram's injured. This is why we need to sign a left back in January, because as good as Byram is, he's injured a lot. And if you've got somebody to bring off the bench that's not Junior Firpo, you feel a lot more secure in that. Let's have a look at what happened here to Byram. Dan James pokes the ball to Byram and then... Oh, he didn't even really do anything. He just sort of jogged a little bit and then looks like he's in pain now. Looks like a few players are warming up, Junior Firpo being the main one. Empanada Cat. Firpo's always been horrendous defensively. Offensively, not that bad. He's okay at going forward, but he's just positionally, he's really poor, and he gets yellow carded every game. Gives away free kicks in dangerous areas where they can cross it in. I just don't think he's probably good as a wing back in a back five. And that's why he was good at Real Betis and why Barcelona signed him. But for us, we've not seen anything. Firpo scores, I'm in the telly. Yeah, so Byram is coming off now, and it's going to be a substitute. They're going to bring in... Well, see, there's some left-backs in this division who would actually fit the bill, like Ryan Christie, and... I think there's another one as well. I can't remember, but they're like in their 30s, but they kind of fit the bill perfectly in terms of their output and everything. But I just don't think that it's something that Leeds would do. Darlow dislocated his thumb. It's a long ball over the top there, and it's a bad touch from Burke, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. So Junior Firpo coming on now. Yeah, so Byram's off, Firpo's on. Come on, Firpo. Have the game of your life. Imagine going from playing for Barcelona to playing in the Championship. It's almost like the opposite journey of what Rafinha did. Rodon now with the ball. We're underway again here. Ampadu drops it back off to Rodon. Cooper. Ampadu. Jorginho, bad touch there, but he's still got it and tries to play the ball to Dan James, but it's a poor from Leeds, and now Ampadu has the ball. Sanderson has the ball. But now Junior Firpo's won it back. Nice little ball inside to Somerville. Somerville tries to play it to Jorginho, gets the ball back though off his misplaced pass, and now he can get it out wide to Dan James. Dan James looking to go past the defender, get the ball into the box. It's away by Sunjic there, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds just by Daniel Farke's technical area. Gray throws it into Ampadu. Yeah, Gray comes from a long dynasty of excellent footballers at Leeds United, and we're hoping he can be just as good as some of his relatives. Jorginho with a nice ball out to the left-hand side for Junior Firpo, inside to Somerville. Somerville's got Kamara inside as well. Then into the box to Jorginho's little pass back to Somerville, doesn't get there, and then they could nearly break through Stansfield, but Cooper just sees that one out for a throw-in and then throws it back in to Joe Rodon. Now Ampadu coming over the halfway line. A good long ball forward to Dan James, but just too close to John Ruddy, and he can come and get that. Tell Tarigo get his boots on. Really not comfortable with Firpo coming on. Spence not 100% fit. I suppose it's just because Firpo is a left back. If it had been Archie Gray that had gone off, it would have been Spence. That's my sort of theory on that. Bakuna now. Longello. Ball inside, but Cooper wins it. Cooper tries to do a Cruyff turn against two attackers and loses out. Jorginho does really well there, though, to get the ball, and it's going to be a yellow card for Stansfield there, and Leeds are going to win a free kick just on the halfway line. Taken quickly. I don't want to see a replay. I want to see the game. What's going on? Ampadu takes that free kick and goes to Cooper. Cooper back to Rodon. We lose. I like Cooper as a bloke and as a leader, but I think we do miss something when we don't have Strauch on the pitch. I think just in terms of tempo and being the one that is the dictator from the back and orchestrates everything by his movement and his passing and his reading of the game. I think Strauch is someone we really miss more than most people when he's not in the team. Firpo, ball back to Cooper. Now Firpo, back to Kamara. Kamara to Cooper. Now Rodon. Ampadu. Now Bamford. Jorginho. Bamford again. Nice little interplay. Now Archie Gray on the right-hand side. Gives it down the line to Dan James. Leeds have got a couple of plays in the box if Dan James can get a cross in, and he can. And Jorginho flicks it on, and Leeds can't quite get on the end of it. Bamford's run is stopped there by the defender. Jorginho is judged to have fouled there, and it's going to be a free kick to Birmingham City in the left-back position. Good bit of play there from Leeds. Good ball into the box from Dan James. I've liked that Dan James is adding this to his game. You know, Dan James usually would have been to go down the line, get his head down, go down the line and cross it in with his right foot. But a lot of the time, he now cuts in and whips it in on his left foot, which I think is a really good thing to add to your game, that you can cross it with both feet, because the defenders never know which way you're going to go then. So I'm really liking that about Dan James this season. Here is Dan James with that header. Headed forward again by Birmingham City, and now Ampadu wins it, and Gray. Gray tries to play it down the line, but that's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Rodon. Long ball forward there to the halfway line from Rodon, but headed away by Birmingham City and then sent all the way back to John Ruddy in the goal. Now out to the left-back position. Still trying to go forward here. Nearly gives the ball away, the Birmingham City player there. And now the goalkeeper gives it out wide Now Burke. Long ball forward here. Dembele's in down the right-hand side here. He's coming into the box. Dembele and Joe Rodon does really well to come across and cut that out there. Really good covering from Joe Rodon there. Really, really good defending. See, John, I know what you're saying, but I think the same thing happens if Byram's there. I think it's just the way that Farke wants them to play. They are going to leave that gap, and I think that's where they're asked to play when they get up the pitch, and the fullbacks are supposed to be higher up than that. Leeds are just doing a minute's applause for Luke Miller, who's on the big screen at the moment. John Ruddy, Sanderson. Back to Sanderson again. Sanderson back to John Ruddy. He's going to have to send this long here because Bamford's putting him under pressure. Sends it up to the halfway line, and then Cooper wins it. Back to Somerville. Somerville to Firpo. Now Somerville. Back to Joe Rodon. Kamara. Out wide to Firpo. Now Somerville. Somerville again. Now Ampadu. Cooper. Ampadu. Somerville. Ampadu. Rodon out wide to Ampadu. Now Jorginho inside. Jorginho with a pass into Somerville in the box. Somerville shoots. Saved. Dan James blocked off the line. And then away again. Now Sanderson can pick it up and give the ball to Bacuna, who's ahead of him. And then Jorginho's fouled Bacuna there, and it's going to be a free kick just inside the Leeds half. Who are Watford playing against? To be honest, Bamford's not seen too much action because he's not seen too much action because he's kind of isolated at the moment up front. He's not really had much to get involved with. Yeah, we had 2 bites of the cherry there and didn't really manage to get the shot off properly. It's going to be a free kick now, so we're just waiting for that to happen. Sanderson. Bacuna, good little turn. Ball into Siriki Dembele. He's got Longello up in front of him, gives it to him down the line. Archie Gray makes a good tackle there. It's going to be a throw into Birmingham City. Rodon. Ampadu just heads it straight back into the box. I don't know what he's doing there, Ampadu. Just let it go. Bacuna, I don't know what that was. It's going to be a Leeds goal kick, though. Joe Rodon now to Liam Cooper. Rodon back to Cooper. To Rodon again. Rodon comes forward with it. Now Ampadu back to Rodon. Out wide to Archie Gray. Gray goes past a man and then gets a nice ball down the line to Jorginho. Really good play there from Archie Gray. Now, nice little reverse pass from Jorginho. Dan James chips the ball into the box. It's headed away, but now Jorginho can pick it up on the edge. Jorginho still with the ball. Challenged by Sunjic, shoots, blocked by Sanderson, and then Dan James can head it back into the box. Sanderson away again. This time Ampadu against Bakuna. Now Ampadu. Gray. Tackled by Bakuna. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. How is that their throw-in? That's what I said, CB. Yeah, we can't complain because we've asked for a rotation of the squad and different ideas and something to try something different. And he's doing it certainly in terms of personnel today. Jorginho blocks that, and Dan James is going to nearly win that header, and it's going to be, I think, a free kick to Leeds there. Longello and Ampadu just went together for a bit of a clash there in the sort of left-back position for Birmingham City, and I think it might be... looks like both players are up again now, so both players look to be okay, Longello and Ampadu. Going to be a free kick to Leeds. Somerville to take it out on the right-hand side. A lot of players in the box for Leeds waiting for it to come in. Somerville getting ready to take this. Somerville with the ball into the box. Flicked on by Ampadu. Flicked away by Burke at the back post. And now Dan James can give it to Kamara. Jorginho's in a bit of space down the left-hand side, up against Burke. Now into Kamara. Kamara needs to try and get the ball in the box here. It's going to be a free kick to Birmingham City, I think, just by their touchline. I'm not sure that was a foul. I think it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other there, but John Ruddy, long ball forward over the halfway line, and now Cooper has to clear it up towards Bamford, who brings that down nicely. Now Bamford, Jorginho. Tries to play it outside of the foot pass round the corner to Dan James, but it goes all the way through to John Ruddy instead. Burke with a terrible touch again. And now Firpo. Now Somerville. Up against whatever that other bloke's called, the winger. Now Somerville. Oh, bad pass to Ampadu. And now they're going to try and get away with it down the left-hand side. Sunjic. Ball to Longello. Longello still trying to get a ball into the box, and this time Archie Gray blocks it out for a throw-in. Now Longello to take this throw in just by the Leeds United corner flag. Sunjic. Now Longello. Back to Sunjic. Ball into the box. Blocked away by Leeds, but it is offside there, and Klaassen can take this free kick. Klaassen looks very strange with his hair like that. Klaassen with a long ball forward. Dan James heads it on. Sanderson away. Up towards this striker. It's going to bounce all the way through to Klaassen here, and he can pick it up with ease. Now Firpo. Yes, you are wrong, Clive. Firpo. Now to Somerville. Kamara. Inside to Ampadu again. Gray. Down the line to Dan James. Dan James crossed the ball into the box to the back post, and it's in! Patrick Bamford! Patrick Bamford puts it in the back of the net. We had to get him his goal, and he's got it. Well done, Bamford, at the back post. Excellent finish. Excellent positioning. Good ball in. Oh, not Q-0. 1-0. Fantastic. 1-0 to Leeds. Great cross into the box by Dan James. Great header at the back post by Bamford. Exactly what we needed. Exactly what this game needed, really. It was slowing down a little bit, and then Dan James, again, just opens up a little bit of space, dinks it towards the back post. Bamford gets up nice and high, heads it into the top corner. Exactly what we needed. Dan James does really well there. I think as an attacking fullback, Longello's really, really good, but defensively he leaves a lot to be desired up against Dan James. Yeah, you did, Peter. Yeah, another assist for Dan James. Burke now with the ball for Birmingham. Drops it off to the centre-back and then out wide to Longello. Longello tries to play a ball down the line, but he plays it straight into touch. First goal in 20 games, that is, for Bamford. I think is that Dan James who's just got a yellow card? Or is it Sunjic? Oh no, it's Sunjic who's just got a yellow card for holding on to... and then slicing down Jorginho Rutter. So that's another midfielder for them on a yellow card, which is good for us. Rodon. Jorginho. Nice pass outside to Gray. Now Dan James. Dan James comes back on himself and then wins Leeds a throw-in. Archie Gray takes the throw-in, or he's going to. Archie Gray's taken a long time over this throw-in. Throws it down the line to Bamford. It's going to be another Leeds throw-in. Now Ampadu. Rodon. He's going to have to go all the way back to Klaassen here. Now Klaassen. Cooper. Into Ampadu's feet. Now to Kamara. He can give it to Somerville. Back to Kamara. Joe Rodon. Now Somerville. Oh my God, there's 294 people in it. It's the most we've ever had. Somerville. Down the left-hand side. Up against James. Looks for a way to get the ball to Kamara and does. Now Kamara with it. Back out wide to Firpo. Firpo tries to cross it into the box. It's deflected off Burke and it's going away only for a throw-in though to Leeds just inside, or just outside the Birmingham City box, should I say. Now Firpo again. Cooper. Ampadu. Kamara. Jorginho. Nice little turn by Jorginho. Down the line to Somerville. Somerville against Iwu. Now Kamara. Inside to Firpo. Back to Jorginho. To Firpo, and they can't quite get there, but then Sunjic is able to clear that one way up towards the halfway line. But Cooper's header isn't very good, and Stansfield was nearly in there. Cooper needs to be careful of doing things like that, but Joe Rodon's done so well there to bring the ball back up into midfield. That's why he's getting a round of applause for the whole Leeds from the whole Leeds crowd. Somerville. Back to Kamara. Ampadu's got a man on his back, but manages to release the ball quickly enough, and then the ball pops back out to Cooper in the centre-back position. Back to Kamara, who's taken up a left-back role, and then Firpo ahead of him. Firpo inside to Jorginho. Plays a nice ball out to the right-hand side to Archie Gray. Archie Gray inside to Bamford, and then Bamford's going to have to try and play another ball back to him. Doesn't, turns back on himself and gives the ball to Ampadu on the halfway line. Drops it off to Rodon, who goes through across the centre circle to Firpo. Firpo to Somerville. Somerville down the left-hand side, running at Burke, trying to get past him, and he's fallen there, but no free kick. Long ball out from Burke there, and Leeds win it back again through Firpo and Cooper. Now Ampadu. Leeds keeping up the pressure here. Kamara back to Ampadu. Ampadu across to Jorginho. Jorginho tries to play a ball into the box, and then Bamford can't quite get on it when Sanderson takes it away. Now Langelo on the left-hand side. Terrible touch from Langelo. He's taken it into touch. Thanks, Rob Gunn. Thanks, Liam. Dale still saying Max the new Martin Tyler. Leicester winning. Oh, God. Michael Brown saying, I think it was wrong to leave Dan James out against West Brom. He has been the most potent attacker in away matches. His goal away at Blackburn and winning the penalty against Preston and setting up Bamford. Yeah, I think he's been excellent so far this season, Dan James. I called it that he'd be a really, really good championship winger for us. And I will keep saying that. Great touch again by Daniel Farker then. Oh, Firpo's brought down there by Bakuna, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds just inside the half. The Leeds Therapy, really enjoying the commentary, mate. Well done. Thanks, mate. Go and check out the Leeds Therapy on YouTube, guys. Did one of Joe's podcasts with him. Good lad. Imagine Spence and James on the right. Hot. I missed that bit at the end. Kamara. Now Somerville. Back to Rodon about halfway inside the Leeds half. Rodon looking for an option ahead of him. Uses Archie Gray. Langelo comes out to pressure Archie Gray, but he manages to get the ball to Jorginho. Then back to Gray. Gray can run into the opposition half and drop the ball off to Dan James down the right-hand side. Dan James with another cross into the box. Bamford tries to head it, can't quite get the purchase on it, but the ball comes back to Jorginho. Out on the right-hand side. Jorginho again. Still going. Fouled there, but he's still going with it. And he still has the ball. Jorginho tackled there, but Dan James wins it back. Dan James back to Kamara. Then Somerville. He's got Firpo outside him. Does he use him? No, he decides to come back inside again to Kamara. Birmingham with 2 banks of 4 outside their own penalty area, but Leeds trying to break them down. Ampadu. Back to Cooper. Then across the halfway line, but back over the halfway line by Rodon. And now Somerville. Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Cooper brings it forward. Nice little chipped ball out to the right-hand side for Jorginho. Jorginho with a lovely touch. Comes inside, goes past one player, goes past 2 players. Fouled there by Bakuna, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds in a promising position. That touch from Jorginho was absolutely filthy. The way he just jumps and touches that. The Neymar touch, I think they call it. And then just comes inside. Gets tackled, but Leeds have won a free kick in a dangerous area. John Ruddy asking for 2 in his wall, I think. And Somerville stands over this free kick ready to put it into the box. Somerville with the ball in towards the back post. Headed across the box. Firpo can't quite get on it, but now Kamara. Kamara can give it to Jorginho out on the left-hand side. Jorginho up against Burke. Goes past him once, goes past him twice. Cuts back and gives it to Kamara. Kamara inside to Somerville. Somerville back to Firpo. Firpo in the box. Drops it off to Dan James. Dan James shoots! Down low, and John Ruddy manages to drop on the ball and save that one. Good little play by Leeds. Nice little dropped ball into Dan James, but he just couldn't quite get the purchase on it. Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it. Firpo wins that one, and it's going to go back out for a throw-in just behind his head. So Leeds have a throw-in then just on the brink of half-time, just inside their half. Firpo's going to take it, I think, and just give it straight to Cooper. That's it now. Cooper has the ball. Kamara across to Joe Rodon. Now into the midfield for Ampadu. Drop back to Joe Rodon again. Out wide to Archie Gray. Archie Gray comes forward with it and chips it over the defence towards Dan James in behind. Dan James has got a chance to put the ball across the box, and Bamford is there. Can't quite get enough on it, but Leeds are going to challenge for it again. Bamford gets it. Then Dan James is wiped out by a tackle there, and it's going to be a throw-in to Leeds, I think. Either that... No, is that a throw into Birmingham? Throw into Birmingham City then. Four minutes added time onto this half. Ball thrown inside there. And, James gives it away, and now it's Jorginho on the edge of the box. Back to Somerville, but then back to Jorginho again, somehow picks it up. And it's going to... Firpo now picks it up. Back to Somerville. Somerville back to Firpo. Firpo with the chance to get it across the box. Does Dan James! 2-0! Dan James! What did I say at the start of the season? Dan James for player of the season. He's smashing it. And another fantastic finish from Dan James. Makes it 2-0 to Leeds right on the brink of half-time. Fantastically worked goal there from Leeds. Came from a mistake originally. Got the ball out wide. Get the ball back across. Through a cross from Junior Firpo. Just... cuts it back nicely. Dan James with a cultured finish. Goalkeeper gets a touch, but not enough. And Dan James puts the ball into the back of the net. 2-0. Oh, no, the goalkeeper didn't get a touch. It was a deflection off the defender. But Dan James directed it on target, and it went in. So that's all that matters. Leeds 2, Birmingham City 0, right on the brink of half-time. 3 minutes of added time to go. Dan James, by the way, his knee slides are always like on point. Like he always slides straight into standing up and running again, or standing up and celebrating again. It's honestly, it's a work of art, his knee slides. The goalkeeper's they've just given the ball away again there. Goalkeeper has to chip it out of his own box. Yeah, Firpo gets himself an assist. Firpo's cross was good there, yeah. Ruddy with a long clearance up to the halfway line. Won by Cooper. Well, from 0-0 not so long ago, it's now 2-0 and just on the brink of half-time. It's a perfect time to score, and it's an even better time to score 2 goals. Siriki Dembele into the box. Klaassen with a very good save. Klaassen just let out a big... Because that's really the first shot that he's had to deal with. The Birmingham commentators are going, oh, yeah, the first time we've tested it, he's the third choice keeper, the first time we've tested him, and oh, it's a bad sign. He saved it. That's what you want. Bacuna is going to put the ball into the box. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to play it to the edge of the box. And now Longelo with the ball into the back post, cleared away. Now Dan James heads it away. Jorginho leads maybe with a chance to break here. Gets the ball up the pitch, but Sunjic is going to be able to give that one all the way back to John Ruddy, even with Somerville chasing him down. Long ball forward, all the way up to Stansfield. Jorginho's going to challenge for that one and wins it. Oh, no, he doesn't. The ball's back with Stansfield again. Now Bacuna with a chance to cross the ball into the box. No one in there for him, though, so he goes back again to James. Now out wide to Burke. Now Burke inside to Dembele. Now Burke. Longelo on the left-hand side. Now Sunjic across to James. Across to the right back. Looking for a chance to get the ball in the box. He tries to cross it. Somerville blocks it. And that should be half-time because it's 20 seconds after the allotted 4 minutes have been added. Now Sanderson. Back across to his centre-back partner. Surely it's a whole half a minute since the added time should have finished. Sanderson now. Now it is half-time. Bloody hell, how long did the referee want to add on to that? So Bamford gets his goal. Dan James gets his goal. Really, really good first half from Leeds in the end. We created a lot early on in that half, and it was looking like it was going to be one of those games where if we didn't score it, the longer it went on, the more likely they were to score. But now we've managed to put two in the back of the net. We can relax a little bit and hopefully go into the second half and try and get a third. As I predicted, actually, I think you'll find before the whistle went, I said 3-0. Would you keep Bamford in the team ahead of Peru? Well, it depends, doesn't it, really? I wouldn't if they actually played Peru as a striker. I just think, really, for me, if we sign a number 10, Peru can play in the striker role. Bamford can be the backup off the bench. And you can have Jorginho on the right and you can have Somerville on the left, or Dan James and Somerville, Dan James and Jorginho, whichever way around you want to do it. And then I think that works better. I even think now just playing Peru as the striker and having Jorginho as the number 10 would work. But for some reason, Farke's got a complete aversion to doing it. So for me, I think that's the way around that we should do things with Bamford being on the bench. But because I think Peru's capable of being a better striker than what Bamford is. Paul Hopesmith saying Happy New Year, all the best for 2024. And to you and the family, mate. Yeah, Happy New Year. Turns out Ruter in the 10 is a pest. Yeah, he's good there. He's good there. Right, so, but where do you think that's coming from, though, Chris? It's because Farke's said that he's not a 9. But Farke's said that because he's saying that he can't press. But I've literally seen... Number one, I've seen Peru press. Number two, Leeds don't even press high that much. We don't fly at teams like we did under previous managers. So I don't really know why he's saying that he can't play the number 9. I think that's perfect for him. Leeds Therapy saying Rutte has proved this half that he can play at the number 10. Yeah, absolutely he can. And I think he's good there. I think that's his best position, to be honest. And I just don't really know why we've not played him there. I just think it needs to be a bit better. I think the only thing is that having Bamford on, it just offers you something different in terms of being able to cross the ball into the box and having somebody who can win the headers there. I think Joel Peru's capable of doing that. He's just not as tall. But I think that Peru would be someone who, if he was given the role of being the striker, he would be picking up the same sort of positions. Clive T, the reason that a 9 has to press, and I'm not even saying that a 9 does have to press, I'm saying these were literally the words of Farke. Farke said that Peru is not strong in terms of pressing, and that's why he can't play a striker in this system. This is what Farke said. And I'm saying that we barely press from the front anyway. You don't exactly have to be a genius to know where to run to press somebody. So I think it's just, and what I'm saying is I think Farke's making excuses as to why he won't play Peru in the number 9 role, and I'm not sure why. Is it because people are asking for it to happen and he's almost getting more stubborn the more people ask about it, or what? Because maybe he thinks that he can't be seen to be backing into what fans want to do. But for me, it's something that needs to happen, him to be played at the number 9. Jamie Dixon saying, I don't mind anyone up front, to be honest. I prefer Peru for his goal-scoring ability, but I've been more concerned about him at number 10 is crucial. Yeah, I think so. I think it just needs to be... It needs to be Jorginho in the number 10 or out wide rather than as a striker. Kenan Solandis, Happy New Year, Max. Thanks for helping with the handful of matches that we can't stream here in the States. You're very welcome. Thank you very much. And also, could you let me know how to pronounce your name? Because I really struggled then. Well, thank you very, very much for your super chat. I really, really appreciate that. I don't know what why, like Stephen McPhail, why are you saying that my delay is that long? It's like 10, 15 seconds, something like that. From me seeing it and to you, from me speaking to you hearing it is this long. Now I can hear myself what I've just said. That's when you've just heard me. So it took that long, like 5 or 6 seconds. And then obviously because I'm watching it, because I'm watching on the internet rather than on a TV, there's a delay as well. So it's not that much, and there's also nothing I can do about it. Connor, on his One Leeds channel, did analysis on Peru at the time and said at Swansea he was never played as a striker and was played as a hybrid number 10. Most of his goals were outside the box. Yeah, but we've bought him as a striker and his key ability is finishing. I think the reason he was used as a number 10 for Swansea was because he was their best player and had to be their focal point. I think he needs to be arriving in the box to score the goals, and I think he's more than capable of doing it. I don't know what these Birmingham City commentators are on about saying it's positive and stuff. They just haven't really offered anything. They've had one shot, and yeah, it's just really not been Kenneth or Landis. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, but I see the thing is, Chris, talking about what Farke said, I do see him scoring that goal because it's not as if it was a run that he had to make particularly. He just sort of had to be there in the box for it to happen, didn't he? Like Bamford just sort of went like that and just stepped back a few yards and just created what do you call it? He just created the space for himself by stepping towards the back post and just opening up that area, and I think Peru is more than capable of doing that. If we peppered crosses in Peru, would have him in the net, but not even trying him as a 9 is a joke. Yeah, that's the thing as well, isn't it? We haven't actually tried him as a number 9, so how can we possibly say that he doesn't work? It's not. Yeah, if you get what I mean. Let's go for goals now. 5, please. I've lost where I was in the chat. Michael Brown saying the strong rumour is that if Birmingham loses match, Rooney is out with Steve Cooper being lined up. Rooney's just not a very good manager, is he? Like, he's just not. I'm not saying that Peru can't do any of this. I just don't see him doing it. So are these things from the manager or player tendencies? Well, the thing is, it's impossible for us to know if we don't see it. And that's what we need to see. We need to see this happening, and we need to see it being tried, and then we'll know. By the way, I'm sorry, but like we're winning 2-0. Let's be positive. Let's all be positive. I don't, like people are almost starting to argue in the chat now. Just like we're winning 2-0. Bamford scored. Dan James has scored. Everything's rosy. It's okay. We're on. It's a new year. We've had a fresh start. We've had a bit of a different lineup. It's worked well. We've scored 2 goals. We're 2-0 up at half time. It's fine. It's all fine. I am just going to go for a little quick 2-minute break just before the second half starts. Don't go anywhere. I will be back in a second. So, yeah, I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hello, I'm back. I don't know what happened then. I do not know what happened. And also, I don't know why everything's just started at once. Stop that. Right. What's been going on here? Have you all been behaving? Shrewsy saying, or Shrewy, if you can't use Peru, might as well sack him. Sell him. No. Bets on Leeds to win, no more than 2.5 goals, and Dan James scored any time. So no more goals, please. This is paying 12 to 1. Well, I think we're going to win 3-0. That's what I predicted before a ball was kicked. So I feel like that might be what happens. Klaasen's save took a deflection, did it? Because it did look like an unorthodox save, but I thought he got down well to it because it was quite low. And looked like quite a difficult save. Well, maybe not a difficult save, but it was like right by him and it was quite hard for him to get down to. So I think he did well. Oh, I was just reading some of the things about grannies in the chat. Michael Gott saying, when I coached at Leeds, what was always said that some ex-players, even though they've played professionally, don't always make them good coaches. As I was a working class kid, did well coaching. Why have you only just pulled this out of the bag, Michael, that you coached at Leeds? Like, you've been in the streams for months and never mentioned this. Tell me more. James was always likely to get sticky if he didn't play well, being ex-scum. Yeah, Joel Piroux is on the bench. Let me show you the substitutes. I'll get it up here. There you go. Just hold that there for a second so you can see. Probably in the morning, Adrock. Michael Brown saying, apparently Russell Martin wanted Piroux at Southampton as number 10 to play behind Stuart Armstrong, but Piroux chose Leeds ahead of Southampton. Martin coached Piroux at Swansea, so he knows his strength. Clive, this is genuinely like, I'm not having a go or anything, but like, are you all right? Because you genuinely, every comment I've ever seen you make is really like, oh, we're underway in the second half. Every comment I've ever seen you make is really negative. Like, just like, we're winning 2-0. Just like, I don't know, just be happy for a little bit. Long ball from Klaasen goes out by Rooney's technical area. Happy New Year, Rene. Welcome to the stream. Relieved that we finally settled into this game. I was not feeling great those first 15 minutes. No, it was feeling like one of those games that could get away from us, wasn't it? But now Leeds have sort of started to turn it on, and now they're playing well. Ampadu. Ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville into Firpo. Firpo crosses it across the box towards the back post, and Ruddy's able to catch that one. Dan James went up for the header, but no harm done then as they both went to the deck. Michael Gott saying, was way back in the 90s and early noughties, football in the community plus academies, School of Excellence at Thorpe Arch, never first team. Either way, it's very impressive and it's nice to hear. Just noticed that Tyler Roberts is on the Birmingham subs bench. Yes, he is, yeah. Somerville into Kamara, back to Somerville. Somerville's got Dan James outside him. Dan James is in the box, tries to take it with him. His touch is bad, unlucky there for Dan James. He can't quite take that one in his stride. Other two drawing. We really need to get. We really need these two to drop at least 2 points today. Yeah, let's get an early third goal. I'd love to get an early third goal. We could have done there through Dan James if he'd have just managed to take the ball in his stride as he was running into the box. Cooper goes up for that header and Ampadu comes away with it. Now Ampadu, Kamara. Back to Roden. Cooper. Somerville. Cooper with a long ball forward to Kamara. Kamara up against Sanderson. Sanderson heads it away above him, but Kamara's going to try and challenge Burke, but Burke gets away. Gives the ball straight to Jorginho, though. Now Firpo, back to Jorginho. Firpo again. Firpo does well. Gets the ball into the box to Bamford. Bamford flicks it on. Somerville wasn't on the same wavelength. Somerville needed to carry on his run there. Cooper came flying out there, but Ampadu does well to win Leeds the ball back. Now Kamara. Jorginho. Jorginho to Dan James. Dan James up against Longello. Tries to get the ball across the box. Sunjic tries to play it away, and now James can come away with it. Bamford doesn't foul him there. It looked like a foul to me, but now Kamara with it. Now Jorginho. Jorginho looking for a chance to shoot. Just over the bar from Jorginho. I think the thing is, Birmingham City are quite poor, aren't very good, but I think they've got quite a few good players. Like, if they had a competent manager, like they did before they sacked him, before they hired Rooney, they had a decent manager, I think they'd be doing well. Sanderson at the back, I think he's a good defender. Longello, I think he's a really good attacking fullback. Siriki Dembele, good player. And there's one or two more little bits of quality dotted around in their team. Bakuna quite good as well. I think if they had a decent manager, they'd probably be doing a lot better than they are. Good ball forward to Bakuna. Bakuna's in the box. Klaassen makes a really good save there. Really, really good save from Klaassen from Bakuna's shot there. I think the referees awarded a goal kick for Bakuna missing it, but I'm sure Klaassen saved that. I think that was a really good save, you know. I mean, I don't want them to have a corner, but it takes the credit away from Klaassen for saving it. Klaassen to take this goal kick then. Looks like it might be René. Long ball forward. Headed away there by Birmingham. And Dembele can't quite keep that one in. It's going to be a throw in to Archie Gray. Throws it back to Joe Rodon. Rodon now looking for an option. Goes across to Cooper. Cooper's going to have to go back to Klaassen here. Klaassen may have to send this one long up the middle because he's not really got too many options. No, he gives it to Ampadu, who drops it back off to Klaassen again. Nice little clip up to the halfway line by Klaassen, and Bamford tries to bring it down, but Sanderson's there, and then Sunjic. But Kamara intercepts Sunjic's pass. Now Jorginho turns and gives the ball out wide to Dan James. Dan James's touch just lets him down, and it goes out for a throw-in to Birmingham. It's going to be a throw-in there to Birmingham, and they take it quickly down the line to Siriki Dembele. Jorginho, though, wins the ball back. Jorginho gets the free kick then for the shirt pull that was happening a little bit before that. Archie Gray take this free kick quickly and gives it back to Rodon, and then Liam Cooper inside the centre circle. Now Firpo. Back to Cooper. Then back to Rodon again. Now Rodon to Jorginho. Jorginho's touch. Manages to get Somerville in behind nearly, but it's just too heavy and it goes all the way through to John Ruddy. Good bit of play there from Leeds and a good idea from Jorginho, but it just doesn't quite come off. Now Burke. Ball back to Ruddy again. Ruddy tries to send that one out to the left back, but I think it's going to... Oh, no, it's just going to hit Longello and go out for a Leeds throw-in. They look like they're panicking a little bit. Joe Rodon. Glenn Kamara. Now Rodon comes into the midfield, drops it to Somerville, who goes out wide to Firpo. Now Jorginho, he's got Bamford ahead of him. If you can find him, he's in here, Bamford. Ball goes all the way through to Dan James. Dan James turns and the ball just pops out right at John Ruddy's feet, and he can just pick that one up with ease. Unlucky there again from Dan James. Really good ball from Jorginho. That's a fantastic ball, and Dan James just leaves it behind. It just gets tackled to... he just gets tackled straight into John Ruddy's grasp. Bakuna. Spreads the ball to Sunjic. Good tackle there by Dan James and Joe Rodon. Then back to Kamara and then to Rodon again. And now Dan James. Now Leeds are on the break here. Dan James charging into the midfield. Going towards the box. Gives it to Somerville inside the box. Good tackle there. Good sliding tackle there by Ivu for Birmingham City. And it's going to be a Leeds corner. Somerville to take this corner. I think he's got Dan James short with him. Ball towards the back post, headed across by Cooper, but it's John Ruddy who can claim that one very easily. Long ball forward, and the counter-attack is completely cut out by Liam Cooper and then Ampadu. Jeff Biss saying a B team or A team for Peterborough. I think we've got players to play a good B team, you know. I think if you play Charlie Cresswell and Cooper, I think if you play Gruev in the midfield, I think Bamford up top, or Mateo Joseph, I think there's options for us to still have quite a good team against Peterborough. Gray. Bamford. Back to Jorginho out wide, who comes inside to Kamara now. Then across to Dan James. Dan James into Bamford. Bamford to Kamara. Back to Archie Gray on the right. Archie Gray looking for a chance to maybe cross it, but no, he comes back to Kamara again. Kamara with a nice ball to Jorginho. Jorginho inside the box. Lois tries to get the ball across, and it's going to be a Leeds corner. Yeah, Jaden Anthony as well. Yeah, play him out on the left. West Brom are losing. That's good news. Somerville again to take this corner. Corner comes in, it goes through everyone there and then cleared away by Birmingham. Well, only as far as Dan James, who quickly takes that one back. Now Dan James, he's got Jorginho outside him, but he crosses the ball, it goes straight to Sanderson, and then Sunjic clears. Now Rodon with a nice little touch back to Kamara, who plays it back to Rodon again. Now Firpo, back to Kamara. Back to Cooper. Rodon out wide to Gray. Gray's got the ball nicked off him there, and now Dembele can play it back to Longello down the line. Longello with the ball into the box across everyone, and Cooper just ends up putting that one out for a Birmingham City corner there. There wasn't really much danger on from that, but Cooper felt that he had to do it. He didn't get a shout from anyone behind him, which he probably should have done, because he probably could have let that go out for a goal kick. Looks like it's going to be Bakuna then to take this corner. He's got Dembele as a short option, but Somerville is marking that. Bakuna takes the corner towards the back post. Over everyone. But it's dropped by Sunjic. Just past the post there. Klaassen must have felt he had that covered because he did pull his arms away. And it just goes wide of the post. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was fairly close, but not enough to trouble Klaassen in the end. I'd like to see Paddy get another. Confidence is very important in sport generally. Yeah, and especially for Patrick Bamford, I think he's very much a confidence player. If you looked up a confident sportsman, confidence sportsman, I think that the person who'd come up most of all would be Patrick Bamford. Because once he's scored one, he's good then. But up until that point, he's just really struggles. Flick on there from Bamford. Now Jorginho. Nice. Tries to play a ball into Somerville, but Bamford's won it back. And now Bamford on the edge of the box. Bamford hits the bottom of the post, and then Dan James Tries to take the rebound and it hits Burke, I think it was, in the back of the head. Really unlucky there from Bamford. Bamford so close to making it 3-0. And then Dan James, I think Dan James's shot was missing, you know, but it hit the defender in the back of the head. Buchanan, I think it was, who just Buchananed off the back of his head. Hey. Yeah, I think he's. I think it's going to be another corner to Leeds, though. To be fair, more dad jokes. They'll happen as and when they feel right. Well, Buchanan's still down at the moment, and all we can see is Leeds fans singing, "We are champions, champions of Europe." Maybe Bamford should have scored. It's a good strike from Bamford. I think he's really unlucky to hit the bottom of the post there instead of it creeping into the bottom corner. Oh, it's a throw into Leeds, not a corner. I think Birmingham are getting a substitute ready because it could be a concussion, that one. Oh, it's Tyler Roberts, I think. Or is it? Archie Gray then gets ready to take this throw in just before Buchanan's allowed back on the pitch again. Drops it off to Jorginho, gives it back to him. Now Jorginho again. Jorginho still has the ball somehow. Now Dan James in the box. Shoots! Side netting. Unlucky. Unlucky from Dan James. Good little burst of pace there for him to get into that position, and then he just smacks it against the side netting. Unlucky. Looks like Tyler Roberts is going to be coming on against Leeds, against his old club. Ashley Cole and Paddy McGuinness giving him a little bit of a pre-match talking to. Sunjic tries to get through there, but Rodon's cleared it. And now Jorginho's doing a little flick on and Buchanan can go back to the goalkeeper. Back to Buchanan again, whose name I only learned because he just got hit in the back of the head. It's going to be a throw into Leeds there. Archie Gray to take just inside the Leeds half. Then Leeds have a throw in. Oh, I think they're making the substitutions now. I wonder how the Leeds fans' reception is going to be for Tyler Roberts. I don't think he ever particularly did anything heinous against Leeds, did he, Tyler Roberts, or anything? So if I was there, I'd be clapping him back on. Seems like he might be getting a bit of an applause now, to be fair. Sunjic coming off as well. Gary Gardner. He's coming on in the midfield for Birmingham. Here is Tyler Roberts. Tackled there by his Wales teammate, Joe Rodon. And I think it might be a foul. And a free kick for Birmingham City out on the left-hand side. Chance for them to put the ball in the box here. Yeah. Tyler Roberts just takes it past Rodon, and Rodon just wipes him out. Here's a question for you. Do you think if Leeds had Enzo Maresca as a manager, they would be where Leicester are? Or do you think it's down to the personnel and the players? Just have a think about that. The free kick is about to come in now. Terrible cross into the box, and Archie Gray can clear that one. He's just flicked it over towards Somerville, but it's headed away by Longello, and then Somerville goes for the second ball. But Bacuna wins the ball back. Bacuna's got Longello outside him and uses him. Good tackle by Archie Gray, but the ball goes back to Bacuna. Now Bacuna passes it across the middle to Ivu. Now Sanderson. Burke. Sanderson. Now Bamford. Oh, judge to have fouled Sanderson there when Leeds could have been on the break. Players. But Leeds, look at our attack. You wouldn't swap the attack, would you? Good midfielders as well. Glenn Kamara and Ethan Ampadu. Really, really good championship midfielders. We've got a good defence. We kind of have everything, really, that we need. Other than maybe an out-and-out number 10, who is that creative sort of Pablo-style player, low centre of gravity, spins a man and plays the ball through those gaps that most of the players can't do. Ball goes back to John Ruddy. John Ruddy over the halfway line. Now Somerville. Firpo tries to win that one. Tyler Roberts goes past a couple of Leeds players there. How has Tyler Roberts still got the ball here? Although he's given the ball to Bamford. Oh, Bamford nearly would have been through there. Now Sanderson. Long ball forward. Cooper's going to have to win the header and does. Now Firpo heads it back to him. Well dealt with by Leeds there. Now Archie Gray. Klaassen. To Kamara. Back to Klaassen again. Klaassen's going to have to send this one with his weak foot and does. And he has to send it... Oh, no, it's a good pass, actually, to Archie Gray. Now Archie Gray tries to go past Tyler Roberts. Tyler Roberts takes it off him. Tyler Roberts is playing well so far. I mean, he looks a bit erratic and a bit crazy on the ball at times. Somerville trying to get in front of Ruddy to put him off. Sanderson manages to get that ball off Ruddy, but I don't think it was an intentional pass from Ruddy. It was supposed to be a touch. Now again the ball goes to Ruddy, and this time he's going to have to send it long up to the halfway line. Tyler Roberts pushes Liam Cooper there. And it's going to be a free kick to Leeds just inside the Birmingham City half. Ampadu, Firpo. We had Clark. He was our player. We had him at one point. Came through our academy and we sold him. Firpo. Bamford dropped off to Somerville. Now Ampadu. Now Jorginho. Jorginho plays the ball through to Firpo. Firpo inside the box. Firpo gets the ball across to Somerville. Somerville scores! 3-0! Come on! 3-0. That's exactly what we need. What? Commentators just said, and maybe all 3 points Leeds. No, I think definitely, mate. 3-0. When they've had one shot on target all game. Firpo, is that a second assist for Firpo, by the way, as well? That's 2 assists for Firpo this game. Let's have another look at that. Firpo takes a nice touch inside, looks up, passes the ball to Somerville. Yeah, it is a second assist for Firpo. See, the thing is, we can't get... Like, yes, I'm giving Junior Firpo credit. He's done well this game. He's actually had a really good game. I'm just laughing at John Garside's comment Firpo for the Ballon d'Or, which is also an interesting spelling of Ballon d'Or, by the way. But yeah, he's had a really good game. But we can't forget that this is against Birmingham City, and they are terrible. This is helping my hangover. I didn't drink a drop of alcohol last night. Longello now. Archie Gray just takes the ball off him nicely. There we go, Archie. Good lad. Now back to Kamara, back to Rodon, cross to Klaassen. Cooper's trying to make an option for him and does. Klaassen gives it to him, and now Firpo. Firpo's lost the ball there, and now Bakuna has it. Firpo tries to win it back, and Somerville does, but it's gone straight back to... it's gone back to the winger who tries to get it across the box, and Klaassen can just pick that one up either. Southampton winning, sadly. Tell you what, I would be feeling a little bit sorry for Darlow, though, wouldn't you? If he's if he comes back from his thumb injury and he still doesn't get in the team over the third choice goalkeeper. Long ball forward from Klaassen. This Klaassen just trying to show us how far he can kick it there, because he's gone out for a goal kick at the other end. Oh, by the way, my prediction, by the end of the season, my prediction is that Southampton come second, Leicester come first, Ipswich come third, and we come fourth. And we play Ipswich in the playoff final. Cooper tries to win that header, but now Ampadu can. Now Cooper flicks it back on again. Somerville does well. Now Bamford. Bamford's touch lets him down, and Ivu can clear that one. Cooper heads it back. Bakuna heads it backwards, and now Jorginho can pick it up. Jorginho. Been taken out there by Bakuna. I think, is Bakuna already in a yellow card, or is it me? Because he's just wiped out. Stoke down to 10 men. They keep going. The Birmingham commentators keep going on about, oh, no wonder he's their record signing, £36 million. Remember that? Remember how much they can pay for a player? Cooper. Rodon. 334 people. I didn't even notice. I was looking at the game. Archie Gray down the line to Dan James. Dan James tries to get a ball in the box. He's nearly done Ruddy at his near post there with that cross. Dan James is so quick. Longello, he just ran all the way back past Longello and forced him to go backwards. Really good tracking back from Dan James there. Long ball down the line from Birmingham. Klaassen can come and just fall on that nicely. Yeah, it's an absolute record for me. Hold on, is the likes are still at 100 and something, and they should definitely be at 200 and something by now. 153. Got 338 people in here. Let's get the like total up to 200. I want to see that fly up now. I still think we finished top two. Southampton will have a bad wobble soon, in my opinion. Maybe. I'm thinking that really Southampton are going to be one of the stronger teams, and Ipswich are going to have the drop-off, and it's going to be us and Ipswich in the playoff final, which I wouldn't mind that much, because I think Ipswich will really struggle against us. We've beaten them 4-3 and 4-0. Sanderson. Back to Ivu. Now to Burke. Back to Iwu again. And now Sanderson. Bakuna. All the way back to John Ruddy. Tell you what, it's a Ruddy good performance, this, isn't it? Now Bakuna. Into Dembele. Kamara's all over him, but Bakuna gets the ball back off him. Good tackle there by Somerville. Now Kamara. Bamford, nice little ball back to Rodon, and then across to Firpo. Now Ampadu brings it out from the back. Out wide to the right back position for Archie Gray. Just under 20 minutes to go here. I met John Richardson, Chewy Backy. I've met him at a couple of... well, I've seen him at one and talked to him at another Leeds games. In the Centenary Pavilion. Clarkson. Now Kamara drops it off to Cooper. Cooper plays the ball forward to Somerville. Drops it off to Kamara. And then, Leeds us. That was an excellent move. Now Leeds can break. Somerville to Bamford. Bamford into the box. Bamford cuts the ball. Tries to cut the ball across and it just hits Sanderson. And they play it out for a Leeds throw-in. Leeds are now making 3 substitutions. Jaden Anthony, Wilfred Nonto, and Joel Piroux are all coming on. Dan James coming off. I thought Dan James has had a really good game today. I think there's been moments where he's taken bad touches and stuff, but obviously he's got his assist and done really well getting the ball into the box and making those runs beyond the defenders. So Jaden Anthony comes on for him, and I'm not too keen on Jaden Anthony. I think he doesn't offer much, and I'm hoping to see a bit more from him. Bamford comes off. Bamford comes off for Joel Piroux, and Nonto comes on for Somerville. Now Anthony drops it off to Firpo. Firpo, nice little touch around Burke, but he thinks he was fouled there, Firpo, but it's just going to be a throw-in to Birmingham City, and Ivu can clear that one forward. Ampadu, nice little touch, wins it. Now Firpo. Back to Cooper. Cooper with a nice little flick over the attacker's head, and now Ampadu can get it, and Jorginho turns his man. Plays it out wide to Gray. Nonto's beyond him. Plays it out to Nonto on the right-hand side. Nonto comes inside to Jorginho. Back out to Gray. Gray tries to cross it in the box. It hits a Birmingham player. A lot of shouts for handball there, and I think it could have been. Looks like Joel Piroux is playing up front. Playing on the last man, playing on Sanderson's shoulder at the moment. Now Anthony. Cooper, back to Firpo, into Kamara. Back to Cooper again, and Cooper goes all the way back to Clarkson. Thanks, Karen, I appreciate that. Timmy Lee saying I said 4-0. Come on. Good ball down the line to Jaden Anthony here. He's got Ivu and Burke trying to tackle him. Loses the ball. And now Bakuna has it. Tries to go past Firpo and does. Firpo's still there to try and stop him, though, but he's going to go past. Firpo's just not very quick, is he? Now Bakuna tries to play the ball across the midfield to Dembele, who does get it. Nonto trying to tackle him with Ampadu. Goes out wide to Longello. Now Buchanan. To Sanderson. Thank you, CB. I really appreciate that, mate. Just trying to heart your comment. I can't at the moment. I'm going to heart that in a minute, but when other people put stuff in the chat, it should move it up enough for me to click it. Hey, there we go. Oh, yeah, they are terrible, Birmingham. Archie Gray, Archie, a bit more experience, and Archie Gray would have cut that back to the edge of the box. Archie was in down the right-hand side there. He had a chance to cut the ball back to the edge of the box where Jorginho was just waiting in a place to take it in his stride first time and hit it. Gray, with a bit more experience, would have dropped that back there, but he ends up trying to play it across the face of goal rather than cut it back. Jaden Anthony's going to take this corner then. One arm up towards the near post. Headed away. Now Nonto wins the header and Kamara can get it on the edge. Out to Jorginho on the left. Back to Kamara. Back to Nonto and then across to Archie Gray. Jaden Anthony's out on wide right and Firpo's actually taken up a wide right position as well. Now Cooper. Jorginho has just gone back. Burke's just gone through the back of Jorginho. The amount of players who foul Jorginho in this division is ridiculous. West Brom getting beat as well. Well, it could be a very good day for Leeds. Cooper. Sorry, Rodon. Back to Nonto. Nonto's played it straight to Dembele. Dembele's up against Joe Rodon here. He's on the edge of the box. Good tackle by Rodon in the end. But then the ball back to Dembele eventually. And that's not a free kick, is it? Dembele's just stood there and just stopped to let Firpo run into him. It's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the box. Nonto just played the ball straight to Ampadu's knees bleeding. It's cut right open. That should never have happened because Nonto should never have been in that position to try and play it across the face of his own goal there and ended up playing it straight to the Birmingham player. When was the last time Leeds scored from a corner? It was that it was the Sam Byram header, I think. Jorginho gets manhandled a lot. Yeah, he does. You're right. Thank you, Timmy Leeds. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So it is Gary Gardner setting up to take this free kick for Birmingham City. Leeds with about 6 players in the wall there. Burke and Tyler Roberts stand to the right-hand side of the wall. Free kick taken over the bar, and Leeds can breathe a sigh of relief after that. After that bad mistake from Wilfred Nonto has ended up in that free kick, but the ball's now back with Klaassen for a goal kick. My God, it's the 80th minute. How did I not even realise that? This game's gone so fast because we've actually been playing well and good football and creating chances. And yeah, I know Birmingham aren't a very good side, but it's been nice to see us just play with a bit of freedom. Kamara, now Firpo, chips it into Jaden Anthony. Back to Firpo again. Firpo with a nice ball inside to Joel Pirou. Joel Pirou tries a little roulette, but Bakuna takes the ball off him. But Leeds are going to force them to send that one long, where Liam Cooper can just let the ball go to Ampadu. Now Rodon to Cooper. Nice little touch there from Cooper, and he just holds the ball up. Ampadu is fouled there, or looks to be fouled, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in, though. Thanks, Pringle. Were you called Bods de Pro a minute ago, and you've changed your name? Oh, we're just seeing the goals back. Bamford hanging up at the back post to win that header, and then the second one, Dan James's, and then of course Somerville as well, putting it in the bottom corner. Jorginho, the feed just came back on, and Jorginho was in the box having a shot, and it was blocked, I think, by Buchanan in the end. So it's going to be a Leeds corner. Yeah, Jorginho just shot there, and I feel like John Ruddy may have saved it because it might have been right at him, but it's going to be a corner kick to Leeds. Jaden Anthony stands over this one. Jaden Anthony, ball into the box towards the near post, headed on, hits the bar, and then Ampadu misses from a yard out. How on earth has that happened? Now Birmingham City trying to break. I don't know how on earth he missed that, John. That is ridiculous. The little flick on hit the bar, and then it bounced straight back to Ampadu about a yard out, and he's just tapped it straight back to John Ruddy. How has that happened? Bakuna now. Kamara challenging for it, and Kamara wins it. Oh, well, nearly does. And now Dembele still has the ball, though. Now Jorginho comes away with it, does really well there. He's got Archie Gray trying to overlap him here. Is he going to use him? He uses him, and now Archie Gray tries to play it into the box, and Buchanan... No, Archie Gray has it back. Still trying to get it across, and the ball comes out to Ampadu here. I think Ampadu's... Oh, I thought he was going to let it for a throw-in, but he gives it back to Roden. Cooper to Firpo. Firpo into Jaden Anthony. Now Cooper. Kamara. Cooper. Joe Roden. Ampadu, who just missed a sitter a minute ago. Roden out wide to Archie Gray. Kamara. Cooper. Firpo. Cooper again. Oh, he's going to let that one go all the way through to Chris Clarkson. Now Cooper to Firpo. Back to Cooper again. Leeds taking some risks here playing out from the back, but it is nice to watch us with so much confidence. And I'm liking how good Clarkson is at playing with his feet, you know. Kamara, the nice little turn to stop Bakuna getting the ball off him. Now Ampadu into Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony with a little bit of space to run into now. Gives the ball to Firpo. Tell you what, I've barely even mentioned Nonto's name. He's not been involved really at all. Firpo tries to play the ball into Nonto. Terrible. Oh, it's a bad tackle from Nonto on Gary Gardner, I think it is. I'd say we need a number 10 more than we need a winger. Ampadu, how on earth? If he just puts his laces through it from there. It's a really good flick on header by Firpo, by the way, that hits the bar. Not sure Nonto is that bothered, to be honest. To be fair, you wouldn't have been... Oh, Jorginho's coming off now. And I'm guessing it's going to be Mateo Joseph, is it? Oh, it's Pervader that's come on. Ball back to John Ruddy from the Birmingham players, and now out wide to Ivu. Tries to send it down the line, but Jaden Anthony cuts it out. Max, would you stick with this Leeds side for their next championship match away at Cardiff? Maybe some certain aspects of it. But I'm not sure that I would... yeah, maybe you would start Bamford, see what happens. But I would replace Clarkson, I think. I think Clarkson's had a... Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I'm sorry, Michael, I don't know. I can't think of it. Can't think of what I would do in that situation. That's why it's Farker's job and not mine. Cooper, Firpo. Back to Cooper again. Now Roden. Pervader. Pervader tries to play a pass down the line to Nonto, but it's cut out, but Pervader wins it back. Now Archie Gray challenges Dembele, but Dembele's running towards the Leeds box. Drops it off for Gardner. Gardner can play it to Stansfield, who shoots, and then it's deflected and just goes straight up in the air, ready for Clarkson to catch it. Oh, yeah, if Pascal's fit, then every day of the week he goes in ahead of Cooper. Rodon across to Clarkson. As much as I like Dan James isn't even the best winger in our team. Somerville, like if you look at the goals and assists he's got this season, it's ridiculous. Nonto now. Nonto's pass cut out, but it goes straight back to him. Now Pervader. Back to Nonto again. Across to Kamara. Now Jaden Anthony. Nonto's made a run down the line. Got it back again off Anthony. Now Jaden Anthony. Back to Nonto. Back to Firpo. And then Cooper. Pervader picks it up. Pervader with the ball into Kamara and then dropped back off to Firpo again. To Ampadu now. Now Kamara. Kamara's pass is cut out by Stansfield and he got a run down the right-hand side here. Firpo is tracking him back. Tries to play it past Firpo, but Firpo stands his ground and blocks it out for a throw-in, but they've got the ball back in now with Ivu. Now Bakuna out wide to Gardner. Back to Ivu. We still haven't hit 200 likes. If you haven't liked the video yet, or the stream yet, smash that like button, please. Buchanan. How long before our first January move? I'm not sure. I think the fact that Byram has gone off shows that we need some more cover at left back, especially with the Firpo's injury record. Now Peru on the edge of the box. Into Anthony inside the box now. Anthony looking to shoot. Good tackle there by Ivu, and it's going to be a corner kick to Leeds. Anthony and Nonto Pua or Paul whenever they come on. Yeah, you're right. Kenneth Clement saying how long before our first January move? Yeah, the window is open. Yeah, I think it should be soon. I think we did a left back and a number 10. To me, they should have been lining up a left back for a while now. And should be going to bring somebody in who's got a good injury record. Jaden Anthony with the corner into the box. Straight to the near post. Doesn't even beat the first man. Terrible corner. Thanks, Liam. Really appreciate that, mate. Hope you have a good year as well. You see what I mean about Jaden? Yeah, he lacks penetration. He doesn't really manage to go past anyone. He doesn't manage to find any key passes into the box. He's not very good at crossing it. He's hesitant to cross it as well. He's not great at shooting or even making a space for himself to shoot. And he's not very good at going past players. So I just don't really know what he offers. And to be honest, you could level the exact same things at Nonto at the moment. He's just not being able to do anything. 4 minutes then added on. 4 minutes added on to this game. Dembele now plays it to Longello on the overlap down the line. Archie Gray's up against Longello here in the left back position, the right back position. Sorry, Archie Gray and Nonto. Combination of the two of them win the ball back. Now Pervader takes a strange touch there and gives it straight back to Birmingham. Now Kamara. Kamara fouled there though. Oh no, he's not apparently. Stansfield shoots from distance. A really hopeful shot there and it just drags past the post. Southampton still 1-1 and West Brom still losing 1-0. Well, that's good. We'll gain 2 points on Southampton. Thanks, Robin. Really appreciate that. Hey, we've hit 200 and something likes. That's fantastic. Thank you, everyone. We're nearly at 400 concurrent viewers. That's fantastic. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's good that it's been a nice start to the year, hasn't it, with a nice 3-0 win. Who's scored so far? Because I was out the first half. So, first goal came from Patrick Bamford with a header at the back post. Then Dan James with once the ball was cut back to him from Junior Firpo, and then another cut back from Firpo saw Somerville slot one in the bottom corner. So Bamford, James, and Somerville. Thank you, Renee. Firpo. Ball with Peru. Drops it to Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony manages to keep the ball there, does really well. Loses it though, but and then Peru gets nutmegged by Burke. Now Ampadu. It's running towards the edge of the box. Gives it to Pervader on the edge. Back to Ampadu. Ampadu with a chance to shoot. Ampadu! Just over the bar. Tipped over by John Ruddy there. I think Farker really wanted Ampadu to get his goal there. And Ampadu's got a wry smile on his face. Really unlucky there, Ampadu, not to score. Thank you, Stefan. Ampadu's getting his chant now rung out around the stadium. Corner then to Leeds. Let's see what we can do with this one. Hopefully it's a better delivery this time. I think it's Firpo who's going to take this one. Junior Firpo then to take this corner kick. Again, hits Buchanan at the front post. Terrible. I think Kamara's going to go back to Gray. The Gray can go to Rodon if he wants to here. And he doesn't. He goes actually all the way out wide to Nonto. Nonto goes past a man, does really well there. Now he's running at the heart of the defence. Nonto into the box. Nonto's been brought down there. And it's going to be a... Is it a free kick to Leeds right on the edge? Right on the edge of the box. It's a free kick to Leeds after Nonto had a... This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want from Nonto. This is when he's at his best. He picked up the ball. He took on a player and then he just ran straight at the heart of the defence. And it terrifies them. It really terrifies them. He did really well there and takes a right slap across the face from Iwu. And that's not like a turn of phrase. He genuinely just slapped him across the face on that foul. And Joel Piroux and Jaden Anthony stand over this free kick. For me, it's got to be Piroux who takes it. William Williams, why have you said that? Please don't put stuff in before it's happened for me. Kenneth Clement saying, I'm currently looking up plane tickets from States for the final match of the season. I sincerely think it will be for automatic promotion. I really hope you're right. I really, really hope you're right. Jaden Anthony and Joel Piroux over this free kick. Piroux straight over the bar. And that is full time. Fantastic result for Leeds United. Back to winning ways with a nice 3-0 win. Leeds have done exactly what they needed to today. Got back on the that winning train, and hopefully we can take that into the FA Cup match against Peterborough and then on to Cardiff City as well. Thank you everybody so much for joining me. Those of you who haven't watched my content before, there's a series you'll probably enjoy called Dream Teams, where I talk to other Leeds YouTubers about their favourite Leeds players of all times, and they put them into an 11. So that's a good 40-50 minute video. I do plenty of tactics videos as well. There's one coming out on Thursday this week at 12 o'clock about a potential number 10 signing. I do a tactical analysis, a scout report on him. And there'll be plenty more transfer content as well. So if you've just joined for this stream, this isn't the only thing I do. I do loads of videos as well. So make sure you check all those things out. Thank you, Kenneth Clement. That's really kind of you. Thanks very much. My episode's coming out on Wednesday. Thank you very, very much, everybody, so much for joining me, especially over this last year as well. The channel's grown so much, and it's really nice to see this many people coming into the streams and enjoying it. There'll be a match reaction uploaded, and it won't be too long before that's out as well. So you can expect that within about half an hour as well. So if you want more Leeds content, then look no further than Leeds Lately and hit that sub button. Where is it? There it is. Hit that red sub button. Thanks everybody so much for joining me. Thanks to the super chatters. Thanks to the members. Appreciate you all so much. Yeah, here's to a fantastic 2024. Thanks very much everybody for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.